Hi Tara, how are you doing? Thank you for being here at this conference, GCFF main event here in Vancouver. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, so let's just talk a bit about updates of the company. So it's important for the investors to be aware what's going on in Yukon. So what happened with the incident recently with Victoria, that gold? Does it mean anything with your shareholder ownership at all? Tell us more about the jurisdiction in Yukon nowadays.
Yeah, it certainly has had an impact on us from a share perspective. A lot of people were uneasy, with what's happening. What does that mean for the jurisdiction? What does it mean for the First Nations? So we've certainly been talking to lots of our shareholders about it. We've heard the Yukon government very clearly say, permits are permits, they're valid. This shouldn't impact other companies. We're supportive of mining. We actually want to see Victoria Gold Mine back into production. They've said that very clearly, and that's the goal. And they also have said that they are already talking to potential buyers, which is interesting, and that might be really positive for my shareholders. The First Nation, we've continued to talk to their development corp. We've made sure to send communications to the First Nation. So I think that there's a bit of emotion right now, but I think as time goes on, people will, and the chief has said they support responsible mining and they know how important mining is to the Yukon and to their community. So we need to get more of those messages out, because all the initial panicky messages some of them were quite exaggerate what the environmental impacts were. There's all kinds of misinformation. So now we're working really hard to get more factual information out to people, which of course the media is less interested in the factual thing. It doesn't get clicks if it's not emotional. So it takes a little bit more time, but that's an opportunity for people because our share price is just starting to recover. And I think, we'll continue to re-rate as people start to say, hey, this isn't as bad as people thought. This jurisdiction is still supportive of mining. This First Nation is still supportive of mining. They've got a pretty fabulous asset that they're doing real work on.
Yeah. It's quite amazing that you see how so much information was incident happened and so much, not just the media, and you got all these chat room going on in the websites, and people just starting to talk about their own opinion on the stock and Yukon and inspiration. So it's great to see you coming back with the share price after all this cleaning up a little bit. And now gold price is starting to move forward.
It's fabulous.
It's much better timing now to talk to you than a few months ago. Maybe we can talk about a bit more on your recent developments too. Some of the drilling exploration program and your metallurgy program that you've done with AurMac.
This has been our best technical year ever. We spent the winter doing some scoping studies, some initial metallurgy that came out early this year showing really positive results. Building on that, we got some extra advice from people that have built and have seen these mines, like Henry Marsden from Yamana and others, to really design a really strong technical program and drill program for this year. So we've drilled 19 of our 20,000 meters for this year. We'll be wrapping up here shortly. We think that showing that we have some moving things to indicated, having more confidence in our geological model and actually adapting it a bit more will be really important for not only for our shareholders, but for the corporates and others that are looking at our project. And so we focused our program on that and drilling out that core where we think you can see where the mineable project is in an engineered pit. 2 million ounces of a gram is a target, that you could mine with maybe a couple years, 400,000 or 500,000 ounces at 1.4 or better. I think that's a really important target for us because it'll really drive the economics of this project as we move towards our PEA for next year. So
good. So you're getting to that critical point. So what investors should be looking for in terms of news or development updates in the next 18 months for your company?
So we're going to have news flow from our drilling all the way into April, May. We'll have a resource update, which will go into our PEA. Our PEA will be December 2025. Throughout this year, we'll continue to put out metallurgy results, continuing to see better recoveries. Those 93% recoveries are really exciting. We think for gravity flotation, we can also get that up a few percent from the 84 it's at right now. So that is really important to us, gives us project optionality, which I think is important. So we'll have news flow from that. And we're funded to start drilling next year. And we're doing some really exciting geophysics, some 3D geophysics, as well as a ZTEM, really to help us look for targets beyond this. I think people can see we've got 10 million ounces potential to drill out around AurMac within 200 meters. We've drilled to 650 meters. It's mineralized all the way down. That shows that this has really deep roots. Looking at some of these other targets on our property could show and have some really exciting news flow for 2025 and even into 2026. So that's the nice thing about being funded. We can think ahead. We have revenue. We made $1.5 million this year. We'll have revenue again next year. I think that sets us up really, really well to be able to add value for our shareholders.
Great to hear. So let's talk a bit more about now gold price is doing really well, reaching all-time highs this year quite a few times already. And so what does it mean by investing into gold juniors, and what should investors look for when they're investing into the gold juniors market?
Well, I think these are the kind of setups where you can get some pretty impressive gains. And we've seen it in some of the, the 1980s, the 1990s, even the 2008 or 2010, and, after the crash of 2008 in juniors. Key difference now is majors are really starting to get significant cash, and they've got depleting reserves. We've said that for a while, but now they finally have the cash to actually go out and purchase them. You look at us, we're trading at $10 an ounce. Another Yukon company, Snowlines, at 120. Sitka is, I think, at $50 an ounce. So, we've got a real near-term opportunity to re-rate to this gold price because we've been hit disproportionately hard with the impacts from Victoria Gold. So, I think near term, and as gold prices goes up and people realize how well set up our project is, and then you look at what do these projects typically get taken out for? So we're $10 per ounce. Windfall, a couple weeks ago, that was $500 per ounce. Coffee back in 2020 was $240 per ounce. So huge potential valuation changes when companies do go shopping for these projects. And we're patient and we're cashed up, which means we can wait or continue to add value to get ourselves re-rated. But we know the value of this project, and the PEA that we're going to put out is going to demonstrate it. And I think it is going to be very exciting times for juniors that have set themselves up for this market.
Yeah, indeed. I think we're going to have a very good year next year for gold. I think so too. So thank you for your time, sharing your insights with us into gold investing and Banyan Gold too.
Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting us here.
Yes, thank you.